What's up guys, this is Trailbound Chris, and today we're going to talk about the Tusk Recon tire and the 7-day trip that we took to test it out with. Stick around. Alright, 7 days on the road with this bad boy. Day one, it was pretty sandy type of terrain. It was kind of hummusy, I guess you could say, and you know, starting out with the cold morning, the tire was kind of sliding around quite a bit. But as the tire started to warm up, it started hooking up a lot better. We let a little bit of air out as we went up in elevation because the tire got harder the higher we got. And that's just a tube thing. Has nothing to do with the tire, I guess. It's more of the inner tube. So I'm running a heavy duty tube with the 110 Tusk, and Alec is riding the 120 with the tubeless Tusk. Day one went pretty well.
Yeah, like it just starting to round off, but that's still basically a brand new tire. And for how much braking we did, I can't believe there's no, I was skidding and we were going down a lot of hills today, and that braking edge is still perfect. That's just from skidding or spinning going up the hills.
The first day of riding was pretty much all single track, you know, pretty gnarly single track with boulders mixed into it. Kind of a lot of arm pump because you're really going fast through all that single track. Day two of the trip is just full of trials, hard enduro. And this Tusk Recon was super grippy. These boulders are gonna be grippy. We were crawling through them great, not really slipping at all, and for this type of riding, it worked really well. So Tracy loves the Kenda Ibex tires for this, but I don't think you really need that grippy of a tire, to be honest. We're getting really good traction, so having something a little bit harder that's gonna last longer, I think is kind of the better solution, but you know, to each his own. So we found a lot of cool lines out here. Alec ripped off his brakes. And Tracy's fan kept dying throughout the ride, but you know, we're still able to find some good stuff. So day three, and into some high country single track. Bigford Honda took us out for a rip, which was awesome. I've ridden with this guy before. He rides a Honda 450, and he was running 525. It was looking pretty worn out, but still good. I think he was trying to really punish us with this one because the first section of the single track was just big chunky rocks mixed in with soft dirt, and it's a really steep climb, so it's hard to get momentum. You're just kind of crawling the whole time, and you're just getting pumped out, and you know, it's pretty warm, but it was an awesome time. Two strokes were eating it up, and the Tusk Recon was doing really good. I was getting a little bit of slippage when I was getting closer to being like a high centered, you know, like on a big rock is in front of you, and you're sort of like digging a rut in the dirt. But I was able to kind of pop over those rocks pretty well. As soon as the tire got onto that rock, it would grab and we get moving. And this stuff was super sick. Tons of gnarly switchbacks everywhere. You know, for this type of riding, I feel like most tires are gonna be adequate, except in some of the sections where the trail has fallen off, and you kind of gotta you have to like gun it up a soft climb with, you know, a rock midway up it. So that's when you kind of want that gummy tire. And that's why you want this kind of hybrid gummies, so that you can kind of get traction on these little sections that are tough to get up. Like a deeper sand, I would want to go to something more like the 525 where the knobs are more spaced out. But you know, because the sand wasn't like completely dry, and it was sort of a hard pack sand, the Tusk Recon tire actually did really well on it. So it was pouring on us all night as we were sleeping in the van, and we woke up to wet, fresh dirt. Some of our buds came up to meet with us. And that was SSJ, Ty Thuy, Chompin' Utah, and even Kyle from Dirtbike Channel came through. Really slippery rocks. I don't know if it's because it was the first rain or what, but the rock, we were just sliding on the rocks on everything. And that's both front and rear tire. And kind of all of us were kind of sliding around on the roots and rocks pretty bad. Tyler had his beloved IRC VE33S on, and Kyle from Dirtbike Channel was trying that new full-blown gummy, the Dunlop AT81X, and that thing is super soft. It's like a marshmallow. So he was even struggling to get some traction on some of the stuff, but I just aired down a little fine on it, and it was hooking up better than I expected on these roots and and this type of stuff. It reminded me of like quintessential Pacific Northwest with slippery roots, slippery rocks, a lot of kind of like steep climbs. If I rode this terrain all the time, I'd probably go with the IX09 or, you know, a Kenda Ibex, but I mean, those things wear out so fast. So all in all, this tire performed awesome. 7 days of ripping on it, there's very minimal wear. So if we compare the price of it to other tires, you've got the Shinko 505, which is gonna be the closest that you're gonna come to this tire. And that is a $69.88 on Rocky Mountain. The 120 version of that is $72.88. The Shinko 525 in 110 is $64.88. The Shinko 525 120 is $70.99. And the IRC V33S is $88.95. The Tusk Recon is $59.99 for the 110 and the 120. And it's also available in 18 and 19 inch rims if that's your thing. So I think this tire is an extremely good value. I mean, 60 bucks for this thing, it's kind of hard to beat. This tire is exactly what I've been looking for, where it's a little bit harder, it's cheap, and it's gonna last a while. You know, I don't know how many hours I'm gonna get out of it, but so far, like 7 days of riding on this thing and very minimal wear, like that's pretty awesome for me. Any other Gummy tire, I feel like I would have blown through this. All right, so let's take a look at this tire. This is, you know, 7 days on this thing. I mean, I'm hardly seeing any rounding of the tire, and we've been ripping on this pretty good. You know, I ride a 250, so I'm spinning my tire a lot more than usual. You kind of have to ride this bike on the pipe. You can't tractor it as much as a 300. You know, so all this terrain is a little bit different than what I normally ride. It's similar but different. It's that type of thing. I'm really looking forward to taking this Tusk Recon tire on some of my home turf. We've got the spot with this super gnarly hill climb that it just sounds like broken plates as you're riding through it. You gotta spin your tire a lot to keep that momentum going. You can't like tractor through it, so it just eats up tires. That along with the gnarly granite, like the huge slabs, you know, that's the stuff we're always riding, and that's the stuff that really just tears up tires. So we'll put this tire through some more punishment. If you guys are interested in seeing that type of content, you know, I'll do some follow-up videos. Just let me know down in the comments. So this tire's been out for a little while. If you guys have tried it out, let me know how it's going and what the wear is looking like. And if there's any tire that you want me to compare this to, you know, let me know down in the comments. I always like to try different tires and, you know, see how they react in different situations. So that's always fun. If you guys want to support the channel, go to trailbound.co. You can get a sticker, hat, straps, whatever. You know, any little thing keeps these videos going. So yeah, we appreciate the support. And as always, we'll see you guys out on the trail.